NBC Television Network presents Concentration. It's the holiday season and time for our annual Christmas show. And once again, our guests on this joyous occasion are children representing the many nations of the world. And to welcome them officially, here's your holiday host, Hugh Downs.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I am sitting in my sleigh. It's my privilege every year, beside a young lady, for example, from Korea. They represent many different countries, and we're going to get to a chance to see them more closely in a moment, and many surprises for you, because Santa Claus is coming from the North Pole, and he's due any moment. Let's do a commercial message now. We'll be out for 60 seconds, and we'll come back and on with the festivities.
19. Like to be that young again? Slender figure, pretty face, creamy, young-looking hands.
Hold it. I'm 31, not 19. I'm Mrs. Barbara McAllister, and I've done dishes for years with Ivory Liquid. Did my hands fool you?
Ivory Liquid's the reason. It's the creamiest-looking, mildest ever. It even whips. Looks creamy, feels creamy.
Help your hands keep a creamy young look that can pass for 19.
With Ivory Liquid.
Christmas time, of course, is incomplete without children, and we have some very handsome youngsters with us today. You got a glimpse of them earlier. They serve also as a symbol of the purpose of our show today. They represent but 15 of the diverse nations of the world. Each year, through the worldwide facilities of care, we attempt to share some of the blessings and joys of this holiday season with the children of less fortunate lands. If those children are ever going to escape the grinding poverty of their parents and better their lives, the greatest need for them is education. We on Concentration are particularly proud of the fact that our annual Christmas shows have provided enough money to construct and fully equip 6 schools in underdeveloped countries. Yes, all over the world, CARE has joined in the battle to combat hunger, disease, and despair. Once these enemies of the spirit have been surmounted and hope restored, the true meaning of Christmas, peace on earth, may indeed be close to a worldwide reality. Well, now I think it's time that we meet Mr. Secret Santa. We promised he'd be here from the North Pole. Can we have a little drum roll, please, to introduce Santa Claus, direct from the North Pole, interrupting a busy schedule, the one, the only, Santa Claus. Wait a minute now. One of you is an imposter. I have this trouble every...
This interloper here.
I have this trouble every year. Are you the real Santa Claus, sir? Are you the real Santa Claus?
Of course, my son.
I don't know. I'll tell you what we've got to do. Would you please take seats here, and the only way to determine this is sort of a trial by combat, I think, to find out who the real Santa Claus is.
You notice my red nose and my twinkling eyes?
About your diet. I think he's the real one, because this one sounds like an imposter, because he's more taciturn and... now, I'll tell you what we'll do. We can't call you both Santa Claus, but what we can do is split up the name, if that's all right with you. We'll call you Santa.
Of course.
And you Claus.
Of Claus.
Of Claus.
Yes.
Oh, it's going to be one of those mornings. I'll tell you what we do now. The prizes that are on...
Want to taste this beard?
I think I recognize a voice there. I thought I recognized one earlier. Well, I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Well, you figure it out.
All right. While he tastes his beard, we're going to ask the Santa Claus to my left to call the first 2 numbers, but not before I explain what happens to the money that is on the prize board. There are money prizes, and these money prizes, racked up by the winner, will, of course, go to CARE,
right,
which we do every year.
That's nice.
All right. Are we ready to... is your beard is properly in the microphones? I think you can be heard.
It sounds very good.
There it is.
Now, Mr. Claus, if you'll call the first 2 numbers, we'll be into this contest.
Well, what number?
No, the number on the board. I realize at the North Pole, it's kind of hard to see our program up there. Well, I think this is the real one.
That's a stupid game.
He's the imposter, and this is the real one. If you give us 2 numbers, please, Mr. Claus, we'll start the game. Just one at a time. Any number between
One at a time?
Right.
That makes it easier. Number 7.
Number 7. Oh, $66. That's a nice start. $66.99.
I'll take it.
All right. If you match it, you'll take it.
Oh, 23.
23. We'll see how that works. 23 is two turtle doves do not match, and then, of course, there are gag prizes, even in a money game. The board goes back. Remember where they both be, and both of you. Mr. Santa.
15, please.
15.
Ho, ho!
I'll take number 7 now.
No, he's going to take number 7. No, it's his turn for another chance to match.
22, please.
22 could be. A pear tree doesn't match it, and the board goes back. And again, it's Mr. Claus's turn.
Mr. Claus.
Little Christmas cheer there at the North Pole.
What's that between 13 and 15?
Between 13 and 15 is 14,
That's
sir.
the
Is that
one
what
I
you like?
want.
All right, 14, he calls first. Oh, $696.66. Can you match it, Mr. Claus?
Wasn't that the one he had before?
If it was, you've got it. You've got it. The question is, where was it?
Audience, what was it?
Oh, no,
I can't remember.
No,
24?
24. We'll try it. That might be where. No, $99.99.
Well, it's upside down.
It's upside down and missing a digit. All right,
I'll
Mr.
try number 6,
Number
please.
6.
Number 1.
$96.
14.
14? Could that be it?
Yeah, of
14 is... No, not a match. Not a match. And the board comes back. We're going to come back to this Titanic struggle in a moment after we take 60 seconds out for this important message. One of our Santa Clauses is in a little trouble here, I see, but I think can you see all right, sir?
No.
No. All right, Mr. Claus.
Yeah, I can see you and I don't want to see you.
If you can see the board and you call two numbers, we're back in the game.
Well, I'll take number 12.
Number 12.
Yeah.
A wild card automatic match. Anything you call will match, sir.
Number 14.
Number 14, he's got it, and he's racked up an enormous amount of money on the side of the board. $696.66. And now Mr. Claus decided, he's got a ways to go to catch up, sir.
Can I have it now because I'm leaving?
No, you got to stay and see how much you rack up, and we'll
I'm
ask him to call.
satisfied with this.
You can't stick
He
with that.
might
You have to
steal
go
it.
on.
He
He
might.
may. Two numbers, please, Mr. Santa.
No.
No. First thing, you get a chance to look. Now, if you can tell us from the clue you see
Oh, yeah,
what the
yeah.
puzzle is, that wins the game for you.
That's something with air.
Something with air.
Yeah.
Something with air is wrong, but there's no penalty for a wrong guess, and it's still your turn.
A-I-R, isn't that air?
Yeah. That's just not the complete puzzle, though, Mr. Claus.
Isn't it?
No, you give two more numbers and you'll reveal more of the board.
Give me the numbers, I'll tell you what it says.
Any two numbers that you want.
I don't want any of those numbers.
You don't want... You want to try 45? No, any number between 1 and 28, except 12 and 14, because they're already called.
Are they really?
Yes.
Those were the ones I...
That's right. You rack them up by matching. Oh, and the time is up.
You ought to talk
There is
to
a
the doctor
time
about that.
Two numbers from you, Mr. Santa.
25.
25.
And
$169.90.
13.
Oh, recognize that voice.
No.
No, minus a digit there, not matching. Again, Mr. Claus, two numbers.
25, 24.
25 and 24, is that what you want? Yeah. Oh, boy. $669.96, and no, not a match. Back
Oh,
to the
wait a
board.
minute, that was what he did.
26.
That shows you how stupid he is.
Number 9.
You have nothing to lose. If he matches it, he just gets more.
Is
Look
it
at
a
him. A match with no harm. You lose nothing. You get a look at two parts of the puzzle. Now, Mr. Santa, can you tell us what the puzzle says?
Yes, but I won't.
Number 16.
Oh, you're not going to? Oh, he doesn't. You don't really know. No, I didn't.
16.
16 he calls, and $99.
And 24.
And into 24. Has he remembered? $100, give or take a penny, is on your side of the board now. All right, that's a start. You're still about $500 behind your opponent, but look at these two puzzle parts and tell us if you can for the championship what it says.
Yeah. I'm not even interested.
It's still your turn, Mr. Santa. Two more numbers.
Number 1.
Number 1 is a partridge.
And number 8.
Every prize is important. If you rack up the partridge, you know $96.69 do not match. Mr. Claus, again, two numbers.
Number 8.
8. He calls 8.
And number 25.
Has he done it? 25, $96.69. No, not a match. The board back to the board.
Money? I don't want that money.
Mr. Santa.
27.
27. 66.
And,
8.
8? Oh, okay, 8. No!
You're going to listen to him? All right, it's your turn. Mr. Claus, your turn, sir.
Now, number 17.
17. $696.66.
25.
And 25 is 600 and... No, it's similar, but not... Oh, isn't that a... Oh, mercy.
You can just change it around.
Just change it around a little. It didn't match Santa.
15.
15. Uh-oh. Now which one?
25.
17.
17. Has he got it? 600. No, not a match. 600. Now, Mr. Claus, your chance to rack up another big one.
15, 25.
15 and 25. Has he done it? 15 is $669, and 25 is $669.96. On your side of the board. Good heavens. Close to $1,400 there, I think, right around there. Now, on your side of the board, for care, look at these two parts of the puzzle. Tell us, if you can, Mr. Claus, what does the entire puzzle say?
Couldn't care less.
Okay? All right, it's still your turn. Two more.
It is still my turn
Yes, you get a turn if you make the match.
to make the match.
Okay.
If I make the match, you make. What are the children going to do? They sit so quietly over there.
They're just waiting till you reap up all the money, and they'll scoop in.
Okay, number 3.
3 is a forfeit. Oh, that would cost you one big lump of money if you match that. You don't want to match that if you...
No, I don't want to match that.
Yeah, there's two ways to avoid that.
Yeah.
One way is just to stall
Just
around
get
like
out
that
of
until the buzzer rings. It's going to be Santa's turn in a moment. But what we'll do right now is take time out for this commercial message. We'll be back in 60 seconds. I can't tell yet. We'll take a station break. We'll be back in just a moment. Watch.
You can't say what.
Each of the children on our show today will receive this MGM play tape, plus a 10-tape library. So, kids, you'll be able to put a tape in your play tape and have music wherever you go. We'll return to our special Christmas concentration after this brief message.
Somebody left a little snack for Santa there. When we left off, it was Mr. Santa's turn. Mr. Claus is waiting.
All right, number 11.
11. We'll see what that is. Some of the boards showing up. Can you make a match?
Number 1.
Cost you $100 if you do, but the $100 would go. The partridge doesn't match. Makes it Mr. Claus's turn.
Yeah. I want to go home to the to the North Pole pretty soon.
All right. Faster you call
I have
it.
to, because I have some packages to.
I realize that, and I realize your schedule is busy, but if you
Yeah.
call 2 numbers now, we'll see where you, how much you can rack up for care.
Well, I'll rack up okay. Number 10.
10 is a take one. That would, you get $100
Well,
from your opponent if you match that.
I think 17.
17? Nope, not. It's a big sum of money, but not a take one, Mr. Santa.
Well, can I take that one?
No, not unless it matches.
Number 4.
Number
Oh,
4.
I thought
You have to...
I thought you take a gift and then you pick the one you want.
Number 2.
That's a lousy game.
Number 2.
Oh, I-
Wild card puts another $10 on his side of the board. These 2 puzzle parts into you. And you want to take a guess at it? Have any idea there, Mr. Santa?
No.
All right, still your turn.
Number 21.
21 is, well, $66.
23.
A respectable amount if you should rack it up. 2
No.
turtle doves does not rack it up, and it makes it Mr. Claus's turn.
21 and 17.
20. Oh, no. And you can change it if you want to and call another one.
Yeah.
No, he called
I'll
17.
call another one.
All right, call another one. He said he could change it.
But you see,
You
I
want to
can't...
try 21 and something else?
Yeah, but this inflation, you know, it's very different.
It's inflation. Try another one.
Try another one?
Yeah, try another one to match that, because it just might be that you find it. Someplace on the board is a mate to it.
Is there really?
Yeah, it has to be.
18?
18 might be. Let's see, 18 is... No, not a match. Board comes back.
Can I
Again,
try one
Mr.
again?
Santa's turn. Mr. Santa's.
27.
27.
That's the one.
And 18.
$66. You know,
Eight?
18? No, not a match. Mr. Claus's turn again.
8.
8. $96.69.
27.
27. $66.66.
Why do you make it so difficult?
Oh, you know what that means? Our time is up. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to ask Buck to total the amount that will go to CARE, because you've done better than you think. Now, you both racked up some money. We'll find out. Let's find out, first of all, what the puzzle was that you were working toward. You see some clues there, but look at the entire board. Now, you see what it spells out?
We
wish you
Happy
a
Christmas. Merry
that was the air you saw.
Air Christmas.
Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas, and we do, and that's the answer to it. Now, I'll tell you what we do. We haven't really solved the problem of which of these Santas is the real McClaws, as we said. But we're going to find that out after we find out what the total is that's going to go to CARE as a result of playing this game today, because there was money on the board. It was racked up. Buck, do you have any kind of a total yet, or are we running it through the fantastic human computer? Oh, is Wayne got it? Wayne, why don't you announce it? Wayne, will you tell exactly how much goes to CARE?
Okay, Hugh. I'm happy to say $1,476.57.
To CARE this year. Very good. I'll tell you what I want to do. As I say, I'm inclined to think it's possible neither one of these is the real Santa Claus, but this one, I've suspected this one from the beginning when I first heard his voice. Would you take off your hat, sir, and if you don't mind, which I think is a wig, and the beard, which I don't think is real.
I can't take it off.
You can't take it off. It's real. I don't believe you, sir. Let's find out if this is somebody that we know from the voice. It is Victor Borga, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, I'll tell you, when I said take time out of a busy schedule, I wasn't really kidding, because Victor Borga is doing tonight, you'll see it, a marvelous special for the telephone hour. You're going to be appearing on there. It is on December 24th.
Yes.
And that's the night that we're seeing. We're taping ahead here, but so are you on the telephone hour. And tell us a little about what that's going to be like, Mr. Borga.
Well, it's going to be like Christmas.
That makes sense.
I have some problem with my throat. I can't talk so well. I have the flu.
Yeah.
And
I know you mentioned when he came here, he wasn't feeling well. He said he's the only Santa Claus with his own flu, instead of coming down your flu. I hope you're feeling better by the time you get to that. It was a lot of fun having you here.
I like to, but this show, the Bell telephone hour is with 546 children from all nations all over the world, and it's a very charming show, and they're all going to do some special dances from their homeland and something like that.
Oh, that's great.
Songs. It's a very charming show.
This evening on NBC, In Color, the telephone hour starring Victor Borga. It should be a lot of fun. We've got two reasons to talk to Mr. Borga. The next one we're going to get to has to do with his intimate connection with CARE. But let's take time out for this message. We'll come right back, and then we'll find out something about, I don't know about this one over here. You know, Christmas is often observed as a wonderful season for children. They live in a world of elves and sugar plums and packages with big red bows that hold promise of joy and laughter. But unfortunately for millions of children in Africa, Asia, the Middle East, Latin America, this season is no different from any other. There are no elves, only hunger. No sugar plums, only disease. And joy and laughter give way to sadness and despair. Look, there's a penny on the floor there in front of me. So insignificant that few people even bother to pick them up. But that little penny would buy 4 hungry children a glass of milk. Now just think, if everybody in our studio audience today gave 1 penny, CARE could provide milk for 800 children, just from the people here. And imagine if every one of you at home gave 1 penny, CARE could provide over 28 million glasses of milk. Pennies, insignificant pennies that nobody bothers to pick up. Now, if this much good could come out of a penny, just think how much good you can do with $1. We said we wanted to talk about CARE because Victor Borga, for the last 10 years, has been chairman of CARE's Public Service Committee. And it's marvelous work. You've done a great deal of good, and we really appreciate your coming here this morning in behalf of CARE.
Well, I'm always been a fan of yours, and I listen to you in the morning when I do my exercises. And,
it doesn't seem to have done much good, does it?
Oh, yes.
That's how you...
Further down, yeah. Because this is a little... And when you ask me to come, I will come.
I sure appreciate it, too.
I don't do much television, but you are one of my favorites.
Well, you're one of mine, and we had fun. I remember when Victor Borge years ago talked about a schedule, and he had it figured out that, do you remember saying one time that you had it figured out that ultimately you'd like to appear on television once every 10 years?
Yes, if it isn't too much.
I'll tell you what, now since we know that this is Victor Borge and not Santa Claus, there's still a chance that this is the real Santa Claus. But there isn't a chance, because I happen to know that this is, instead of being Santa Claus, this is the man who is going to take over concentration on January 6th. NBC made a marvelous choice, and I'd like you to meet him now, because he's behind here, because you already know him. Will you take off the hair and the beard? It is Bob Clayton. Congratulations. That's the first official congratulations. I noticed both you Santas are
He really had me
warm.
fooled.
They had each
I
other.
thought he was real because I was the... That's amazing. You kept...
They had each other fooled there, I think, for a while.
No, it's a very emotional thing for me, this opportunity, you know, to do the show. And from talking to Norm and all the people concerned with the production of it, they've got so many marvelous things planned for 1969. And, well, as I say, it's a very emotional thing for me, but I cannot thank you enough for the good friend you've been, and
well, we've been friends for quite a long
your
time.
help and whatnot, and I hope I can last another 10 years right here on the show.
I've no doubt that you will. Tune in the early morning of January 6th, and Bob and I are going to be on the Today program together talking about the upcoming things on the concentration. So that'd be, in fact, if you're up that early, drop around.
Well,
I dare you. We'll all three sit there.
I wish I could.
Great having you here. Sit tight for just a moment, Santas. We're going to have this word.
I haven't been tight for years.
We'll be back in 60 seconds. We were worried about his pillow slipping, but we didn't think about the hat. I think... I know it's still Victor Borge under the hat. Hey, I've got bad news for you. You're going to have to stay in this hat for the rest of your day. This is our Christmas wish for you off to the left. A Merry Christmas to all of you. If you'll join our children here in the studio and our studio audience, and Bob and Victor Borge and I will have a little chorus of Jingle Bells, and Merry Christmas to all of you.